And welcome everybody, this is Paparazi, power to the people and speaking truth to power through the use of the internet and the power of it. So, now today we are talking about the war on drugs. Now, the double A's are for effect. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is just because, it was a very kind of interesting thing when I looked up this Facebook page, this kind of post on Twitter by the Libertarian Troll. He's a great person. Go follow him. It's on the description, so definitely do that. And I went up to the site. It's called People Against Cannabis. Yeah, I had to laugh. Yeah. Here is their description. This is not a troll page. This is a community of those who are against intoxication from cannabis plant, most commonly known as marijuana. All new research, intelligence discussions, news, information are welcomed. Here's their description. The page is specifically against recreational use of marijuana. Medical industrial applications are debated and open for discussions. Trolls will be banned or reported for rude behavior moderated. This page is run by two admins. We are both straight edge, denounce intoxication in all forms. If it impairs you, we are against it. However, those who believe are one of those people who speak without knowing about it or even trying it would be wrong. We both have experienced it, me more than she. The objective of this site is to aware the public about false but common claims that marijuana is without harm, sharing news, studies, personal experiences that affect us strongly encourage propaganda spam will be deleted. Now, I think the one thing that I love to hear is that marijuana without harm. Gosh, that would be actually a very interesting idea. So why did I pick up this pet peeve? Because I'd like to speak about this to this group, and I'd love to definitely really look up their knowledge and their understanding with it. I would like to pass out these questions just for basic reasoning and knowledge. So, like, the first question I would like to ask you is, don't you own your own body? I mean, if you want to consume something that is just kind of dangerous to you, or even really bad for you, I mean, shouldn't you do that without free of harm and the use of government bureaucracy to tell you what the hell to do and what to eat and what to drink and everything like that? Shouldn't you just say, hey, well, you know what? If I'm a free, independent, loving human being, shouldn't I own myself? And I'm just kind of curious, do you own yourselves? Do you own yourselves? I mean, I think you have that decision of saying, well, hey, when I smoke marijuana, because supposedly you did, you two did, so didn't you guys have made that choice and say, hey, well, why should I shouldn't be smoking marijuana. I should just stop it. Nobody told you to be pressured or even be compared to it, and if you were, I feel kind of bad because that's really, really disgusting that other human beings would actually do that. But if you're okay with that, whatever. And another thing, I mean, you think that you're just not really looking. I'm trying to figure out you guys' philosophy. I mean, shouldn't other people do other things with their own bodies too, instead of just ruining your own just destroying your own behavior and just saying, well, if I don't like this drug, then you have to follow me because it's supposedly just this great idea, and it's such a bad pet peeve for you guys. You know what? Whatever. I don't really care. On with the next question. Now, here's the one thing that we're going to now talk about: the war on drugs. Shouldn't you? Why is using coercion against a person by and for now using coercion as force? If somehow you do not know this, by telling people to do things that they don't really want to do, by using physical force, threats of physical force and fraud. So using coercion to get your way is wrong. And why should I say that? Well, I mean, here's the idea: is that, well, just because, you do have the higher trend, admins, that you have this higher trend of the majority, kind of like almost around the right mainline Republican kind of majority, or even those people that are crazy enough to actually believe that. This philosophy that, oh, well, maybe, doing drugs are bad, so you know what, we're going to use the threats and force and violence of government to destroy your lives, to break into your homes and say, we're going to put you into a cage and put you in there and destroy your life, maybe for a fair amount of reason, and also even for life. I mean, is that really wrong that you can say, well, hey, outright banning these things would be great for our own society, it would be just awesome, but what you're really saying is that you're hurting lives, you were destroying them by the use of coercion and force. And that's what I have to say about that. I mean, and I think that if people are actually buying a substance by use of peace and cooperation with another person from the medium, or even one group to another, if it's peaceful, there is no victim, there is no crime. I mean, there has to be a victim in order for there to be a crime. And you do not have to say that the victim is the person that is absolutely smoking the marijuana, nor is the person that is distributing any kind of drugs, or even marijuana, or even the person that is actually smoking it. They are not even doing anything. There is no crime between these people. There is no victims. So how's there a crime? I mean, so I really don't get that. And you know what? I mean, we've always saw that the black market is a very dangerous thing, that it has the only violence and the only victims that it has created is by the use of the black market. Because instead of using it within the free market, the free capitalist market that we have today, why not they just brought it down to the black market, where it could actually be controlled, it can be monopolized by gangs and by use of violence and force. So basically you're just hurting more lives actually illegalizing it than legalizing it itself. I mean, if you see around the border in Mexico, you see these drugs are more of a cash crop. I mean, not even all powerful police force can even help that out. I mean, the only thing that will really help it out is by, just saying, well, maybe we should have moderation. Maybe we should actually advocate for moderation. I think that's what you guys should do. Instead of acting like, oh, we should outright banning guns, because, not banning guns, but drugs. Instead of, instead of just absolutely saying outright ban marijuana and many other drugs. I think we should just use it in moderation, and I think that's what you guys should advocate for. But you know what? That's your guys' opinion. This is my opinion. I don't really know if I'm gonna put you through reason and logic. If you guys are gonna say you're a troll, you're just stupid, you're ignorant, whatever. I have my own opinion. You have yours. Life goes on. So this is Grimmy the Unkept Dog speaking with Paparazi. Goodbye.